Here are the two schools for tonight's show. Munro College and Ardenne High. This is Schools Challenge Quiz 2015. Munro College is represented by Remiki Rose, Ryan Gale, Jamie Lee Vernon, and Captain Javain Smith. While from Ardenne we have Akeem Evans, Camroy Thorpe, Camille Wallace, and Captain Horace Facey. Hello everyone and welcome to the second match in the quarterfinals of TVJ's Schools Challenge Quiz. I'm your host, Kalanda Wilmoth, and your judges are Dr. Patrick Stevens for the sciences and Lily Samuels for the arts. It all comes down to this. 64 high schools across the island have entered the challenge, but do they have the skill, the knowledge and temperament to move to the next round? This is the opening challenge. In this section, teams will be asked questions alternately and will receive 1 point for each correct answer. Earlier, Ardenne won the toss and they decided they will go first. The section will last for 5 minutes, so with that time on the clock, we go to Ardenne, beginning with Bible knowledge. Ardenne, from which town was Paul the Apostle originally?
Tarsus.
Yes. Munro, which king had Daniel cast into a den of lions?
No. Darius.
Yes, Ardenne, biology now. What is the name of the protein shell of a virus?
Capsid.
Yes, biology for Munro. What are the basic structural subunits of the capsid called?
Amino groups.
No, protomers or capsomeres. English language for Ardenne. Give a 7-letter word starting with A, which means disrespect or offense.
Abrasive.
No, affront. English language for Munro. Give an 8-letter word starting with S, which means bogus or fake.
Sachet.
No, spurious or specious. Local and international affairs for Ardenne. Look at the monitor and identify this person.
Pam Lawson.
No, it's Sherry Ann McGregor of the Jamaica Bar Association. Local and international affairs for you now, Munro. Take a look at the monitor and identify this person.
Ian Wilkinson.
Yes. General knowledge for Ardenne. What is the official language of Brunei?
Malay language.
Judges? We'll come back to that. General knowledge for Munro. What is the national language of Pakistan?
Pashto.
No, it's Urdu. Geography for the Ardenne. What is the name given to lines on a map joining points where the amount of cloud cover is the same?
Isonefs.
Yes. Geography. What is the name given to lines on a map joining points with the same atmospheric density? Munro.
Isobars.
No, it's isostere. Music, an audio question for Ardenne. Listen to the following clip. Give the title of the song.
Don't know freedom.
Apparently.
Yes, Munro, your music audio question now. Listen to this clip and give the title of the song.
Waiting on it, come pick you up, baby.
Slow motion.
Yes, chemistry for Ardenne. The mineral pentlandite is the principal ore of which metal?
Iron.
No, it's nickel. Chemistry for Munro. Of what element is pyrolusite an ore?
Manganese.
Yes, mathematics for Ardenne. What is the value of x if 2 raised to the power of 2x minus 3 is equal to 1024?
That's
10.
10.
1024.
13 over 2.
13 over 2.
Yes. Mathematics for Munro. What is the value of x if 3 raised to the power of 2x minus 5 equals 729?
5.5.
Yes, theatre and cinema for Ardenne. Look at the monitor and identify this person. Visual question for you.
This is Megan. Megan Fox? No, Megan. Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Yes, Munro, your visual question now from category theatre and cinema. Look at the monitor and identify this person.
Beckham, Victoria Beckham.
Victoria Beckham.
No, that's Jennifer Love Hewitt. History for Ardenne. In which year did U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt win the Nobel Prize for Peace?
1906.
Yes, history for Munro. Theodore Roosevelt won the Nobel Prize for Peace for negotiating a peace treaty ending the bloody war between which two countries?
1906, that means Russia and Japan.
Russia and Japan.
Yes, sports, a visual question for Ardenne. Look at the monitor and identify this person.
That's a basketball. Blake Griffin? Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
No, it's Pau Gasol, NBA player. Sports visual question for you now, Munro. Look at the monitor and identify this person.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Correct. Physics. Ardenne. In the formula E equals IZ, Ohm's law for AC circuits, what does the Z represent?
Impedance.
Correct. Physics for Munro. Specifically, what letter of the alphabet is used to represent magnetic flux density?
Capital B.
Capital B.
Yes, Spanish. And we are going to leave it right there at physics instead of Spanish. That's the end of the opening challenge. The scores at this time are Munro on 8 and Ardenne also on 8. It's now time for the Digicel viewers question. Our viewers question comes from the category sport. The question is, which team knocked out Chelsea from the 2014-2015 UEFA Champions League? Answers will be accepted only by text messaging. Send your text message to 422-QUIZ. That's 422-7849. The first 5 people who answer correctly will receive a prize of a credit to their Digicel account. The action continues with the speed challenge right after this break. Welcome back to the second match in the quarterfinals of TVJ Schools Challenge Quiz 2015. The scores at this time are Ardenne on 9 and Munro College on 8. You might have heard that we were waiting on a decision from the judges concerning the general knowledge question. What is the official language of Brunei? The judges have decided to give the Malay. The answer that Ardenne gave was accepted by the judges. So that's why they have an extra point there. It's now time for the speed challenge, in which teams can answer as many questions as possible in 3 separate 60-second periods. Ardenne, it's time for your first 60 seconds. Ardenne, according to the Bible, which city was David from?
Jerusalem.
No, Bethlehem. What is the name for the cycle by which a virus becomes part of its host DNA and remains in the host cell for a long period of time?
DNA integration.
No, lysogenic cycle. Identify the figure of speech in the following sentence. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
Hyperbole.
Yes. Who is the contractor general in Jamaica?
Jack Harrison.
Yes. Each year, World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day is celebrated on what day?
Pass.
May 8. Which river flows from Lake Nicaragua to the Caribbean Sea?
Tagus River.
San Juan River. Which international gospel artist released the song Never Would Have Made It?
Who would have made it? Kirk Franklin.
No, Marvin Sapp. What is the percentage concentration to 1 decimal place of argon in dry air?
1 decimal place.
0.09%.
No, 0.9%. Factorize 15x squared y plus 120xy. 5xy. That's the end of your first minute there. Ardenne, it's now time for the first minute for Munro. Munro, what was the name of the specific place where Jesus prayed the night before his crucifixion?
Garden of Gethsemane.
Judges, Yes. What is the name for the reproduction by an animal that is still at the larval or pre-adult form?
Pedogenesis.
Yes. Identify the figure of speech in the following sentence. The earth laughs beneath my heavy feet.
Personification.
Yes. Who is the Auditor General in
Munro
Jamaica?
Ellis.
Yes. In 2015, on what date will World AIDS Day be celebrated or marked?
April 2nd.
No, it's marked December 1. Mosquito Coast is located in 2 Central American countries. Name one.
Honduras.
Yes. Which international reggae artist, gospel artist, released the song Imagine Me?
Imagine me.
Marvin Sapp.
Kirk Franklin. At sea level and a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, what is the density of air to 1 decimal place?
Alright. 0.9.
No, it's-
cm cube.
No, it's 1.2 kilograms meters squared. Factorize x squared plus bx plus ab plus ax.
X plus x minus b.
No, it's x plus a times x plus b is the correct answer there. That's the end of your first minute, Munro. It's now time for the second minute for Ardenne. Ardenne, in the movie Thor, who plays the role of Thor?
Chris
Chris
Hemsworth.
Yes. Which US president was responsible for crushing the Whiskey Rebellion of 1794?
1794. This would be George Washington.
Yes. Who defeated the Jamaican Donald Quarry in the men's 100 meters final of the
Author
1976?
Author
No, it's 1976 Summer Olympics. Hesley Crawford. What is the SI unit of dose equivalent?
Seaver.
Yes. What is the English translation for the Spanish tener en mente?
To be mad.
No, to keep in mind. Who wrote the 2008 novel A Mercy?
Mercy. Stephen King.
No, Toni Morrison. In which Jamaican parish would you find Lennon High School?
Glendon.
Yes. In the Bible, how many times hotter than normal
7.
did King? Yes. Which hormone stimulates the production of milk in lactating females?
Prolactin.
No, oxytocin. What part of speech is the word few as used in the following sentence? Few people were absent.
Adjective.
Yes. Who is the executive director for Food for the Poor in
David
Jamaica?
Mayer.
Yes. Which one-day Jewish festival takes place 4 weeks before Passover? We won't have time for that answer. It's Purim, or Festival of Lots. That's the end of the second minute for Ardenne. It's now time for the second minute for Munro. Munro in the movie Thor, who plays the role of Loki?
Jennifer Lawrence.
No, Tom Hiddleston. Which US president was well known for introducing the Indian Removal Act of 1830?
1830.
James Polk.
James Munro.
James Munro.
No, Andrew Jackson. What is the nationality of the 1976 100 meters Olympic gold medalist?
Trinidadian. Trinidadian.
Yes, what is the SI unit of current density?
Ampere per meter squared.
Judges, what is the English translation for the Spanish Valer la pena? Valer la pena.
What is the cost of the pen?
No, to be worth it. Who wrote the 1977 novel The Woman's Room?
Virginia Woolf.
No, Marilyn French. In which Jamaican parish would you find the Newell High School?
St. Elizabeth.
Yes, in the Bible, how many men did King Nebuchadnezzar see walking
4.
around the... Yes. What is the principal source of the hormone FSH?
Pituitary gland.
Judges will decide which part of speech is the word still as used in the following sentence. Try to
Affirm.
sit still. Yes. And that's the end of your second minute there, Munro College. And we go now to the third and final minute for Ardenne. Ardenne, into what sea does the Jordan River flow?
Dead Sea.
Yes. Which international artist recorded the song Elastic Heart?
Sia.
Yes. Give the name and formula for the chemical compound commonly known as soda ash.
Sodium carbonate Na2CO3.
Yes. How many prime numbers are there between 40 and 70?
2.
No, 7. Who played the role of Mark Zuckerberg in the movie The Social...
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes. Which U.S. president became the first supreme commander of NATO in 1951?
Ooh, 51.
There's Truman.
Harry S. Truman.
No, Eisenhower. How many test centuries did the West Indian Sir Vivian
24.
Richards make? Yes. What is the another name for the device known as Bevatron, a Bevatron?
Pass.
Betatron or synchrotron? What relation is La Cuñada?
This is sister-in-law.
Yes. Who wrote the novel Midnight's Children?
Very nice. Salman Rushdie.
Yes. Complete the Jamaican proverb. Monkey must know where him going put him
Who
teeth.
from the trousers?
Judges, bell came before. Bell came before him by trousers. That will be correct. That's the end of your 60s, the final 60 seconds for you there, Ardenne. Munro, it's now time for your final 60 seconds. Munro, who is the chairman of the Digicel Foundation in Jamaica?
Reverend.
No, Jean Laurie Chin. How many days after the end of Yom Kippur does the Jewish festival Sukkot take place?
7 days.
No, 5 days. What are the long, thin glacial lakes in central New York called?
Pass.
Finger Lakes. Which international artist released the song Style?
Style. Taylor Swift.
Yes, give the name and formula for the chemical compound commonly known as Glauber's salt.
Global salt. Sodium.
Sulfate.
Decahydrate. Na2SO4. 10H2.
Judges will decide how many prime numbers are there between 110 and 140.
7.
No, 4. Who played the role of Dom Cobb, a thief with the ability to enter people's dream in the
Mark
movie
Wahlberg.
Inception? Notes Leonardo DiCaprio. Whom did Lyndon B. Johnson defeat in the 1964 U.S. presidential elections?
Richard Nixon.
No, Barry Goldwater. How many test centuries did the Australian Sir Don Bradman make?
25.
29. What is the name of the property obtained by dividing the terminal speed of an ion in an electric field by the field strength?
Charge.
That would be mobility, and that's the end of your third and final minute there, Munro. That's the end of the speed challenge. The scores at this time are Ardenne on 25 and Munro on 20. The excitement doesn't stop here. We return with the buzzer challenge on the other side of this break. Welcome back. You're watching the second match in the quarterfinals of TVJ's Schools Challenge Quiz 2015. The scores are Munro College on 21 and Ardenne High on 26. You're watching closely, so I know you've noticed a change to the score. There was one question we left to the judge's decision that Munro got. That question was give the name and formula of the chemical compound commonly known as Glauber's salt. The judges will accept the answer given by Munro. So they earned that point. The question given to Ardenne, which hormone stimulates the production of milk in lactating females, the judges will accept the answer that Ardenne gave. So they each got a point there, and that's the reason. It's now time for the buzzer challenge. In this section, teams must press the buzzer and wait to be identified before giving their answer. We will give 2 points for each correct answer. But if an answer given is incorrect, we will deduct 2 points. Teams, it's time to gear up with your quick fingers, your quick thinking, and those fast answers, which could put you one step closer to winning the championship. May I have 4 minutes on the clock, please? Thank you very much. We start with Bible knowledge. Jesus taught his disciples to be as wise as serpents and harmless as what? Ardenne.
Dove.
Dove.
Yes. Biology. The ileum, the ischium, and the pubis fuse to form a single Munro.
Pelvic girdle.
No. Single bone which constitutes a half of the pelvis. We were going to ask you for the name. It's the innominate bone. English language. Give a 4-letter word beginning with I, which means a grain or speck. Iota. Local and international affairs. This one's a visual question now. Look at the monitor. Identify which country's flag is displayed. Munro.
Benin.
Yes, chemistry. Who discovered the element sodium? Munro.
Humphrey Davy.
Yes. Music. Listen to the following clip and give the title of the song. Ardenne.
Next to me.
Next to me.
Yes. General knowledge. Stratocracy is a form of government by which specific group? Munro.
Military group.
Yes. Spanish. Which illness is el gripe? That's the flu or influenza. Geography. Place these islands in south to north order. St. Kitts, Grenada, Barbados, Munro.
Grenada, Barbados, St. Kitts.
Yes, but Dominica is
Dominica.
No, you won't get that. That's incorrect. The answer is incomplete. Theatre and cinema, visual question. Look at the following clip and identify the person. Malin Ackerman. Information technology. The first computer, which was designed to use a mouse as an input device, was developed by this company in California. What's the name of the company? Xerox. History. In which year was the encomienda system legally abolished in the Caribbean? 1720. Mathematics. What is 40% of 140? Munro.
60, 40%. 160. 160.
No, it's 56. Physics. What is the potential difference across an 80 ohm resistor if a current of 0.050 amperes passes through it?
Current.
Next question.
4 volts. Visual question from category sports. Look at the monitor and identify this person. Munro.
Charles Gibson.
No, it's Jimmy Butler. Jamaican heritage. In which parish is the heritage site Salters Hill Baptist? Munro.
St. Catherine.
St. James. French. What is the English translation for un vedeur de jeu? Un vedeur de jeu.
Leave.
Glass of juice. Literature. This West Indian wrote his first book published in 1955, a novel entitled Voices Under the Window. Ardenne.
John.
Yes. Which French artist painted the 1911 piece Man with a Guitar? Munro.
Germany. Possession.
No. Brock. And that's the end of the final challenge and the end of the match. The scores are Munro on 15 and Ardenne on 32. Here now is the answer to the Digicel viewers question. The answer is Paris Saint-Germain. Congratulations to our winners. Okay. We'll be back in a moment to wrap the show, so please stay with us. Welcome back. Ardenne High is our winner this evening. And now we invite the captains of both teams to shake hands in keeping with the School Challenge Quiz tradition. Thank you very much, captains. The final scores are Munro College on 15, Ardenne High on 32. Ardenne High is coached by Keenan Faulkner and Anthony Williams. While from Munro College, we say thanks to Aldion Lee and Donovan Hanson. Congratulations, Ardenne. You're now on your way to the semi-finals. Join us again on Monday at 6:30 for the third match in the quarterfinals when Titchfield High and Campion College go head-to-head. Stay tuned and pleasant viewing.
We'd like to thank the Lord for this victory, and we'd also like to thank Munro for a very well-played match. We'd like to thank our coach and support staff, and we would especially like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Altamont Court Hotel. Good evening, Jamaica. Thanks for watching.